It's interesting. So when you told them, okay, I'm going to take this shot at
we
writing
were
comedy.
Straight up in an IHOP in Randolph because I also was like, we can't do this on home turf. Like we have to go to Randolph.
Yeah.
And I literally was like, I'll meet you guys at the IHOP. Mind you, I didn't get my license until I was like 24 years old. So I'm like, they're driving me to the IHOP. And
or you took a horse.
And so then we're there. And I'm like not talking to them in the car, and they're like, are you like, is something like, are you dying or like what's going on? And then I just started I burst out crying, and I was like, I'm so sorry. Like I changed my major without telling you. I'm gonna study playwriting. Like I want to pursue the arts. And literally, they're like eating like a short stack. Like could not care. My dad's like extra hash browns. Like let's go. Yeah, they were so like. That's supportive.
Nice. I remember very clearly telling my parents on the phone that, okay, I'm graduating. I've worked really hard to get into this good college. I'm going to graduate. I wrote a thesis. I'm a good student. I want to get into comedy. And I remember their attitude was very much like, which one are you again?
Oh my God.
We got 6. Just, they were, and then the minute I could pay my own rent, which was really quickly, the minute I was like out there and established and paying my own rent, they didn't care if I was in pornography. I was just, which I was okay at that too.
You dabbled?
You did that?
I dabbled.
Huh.
Okay, fake fans. No one's now. No,
anyway,
I think it was the same. I think also my parents were like, yeah, like, are you good with money? Like, you're not going to be asking us to like buy tickets to the Yuck Yuck Center, right? Like, then as long as you don't need that. As we all know, comedy folks, us, getting extra tickets to the Yuck Yuck Center.
It's a big thing.
Everyone has to pay their dues. But yeah, like they were like, if you're good, then we're good. And I feel like the moment that they could also kind of start to brag, like, which was like even when I was like a writer's assistant, where they were just like, oh my God, like your name is going to be in the credits of something.
Well, you had I'm impressed with this. I meet young people that just say, I want to be a star. And they don't have any plan other than that. I just want to be a star. And then you meet people that really have a plan. And you had a plan, which was get yourself in a writer's room as a writer's assistant. And you gave yourself time to do that.
Yes.
That was a very smart... I mean, I look at it now and I think, yes, that was a very smart way to go about it.
Yeah.
What was the plan specifically? Get into a writer's room?
Plan was, I still have my education degree, so I was like, okay, I'm going to give myself basically 2 years to be able to pay my rent. And if I don't, then I'll go back and I'll get my master's. And then I'll just get my teaching certificate, like for the state of New York. But I'll at least be happy that I tried. I think that's like I try to make... I don't know, a plan that like I'll be happy with whatever the result is. Like genuinely. Like I have to be happy with it. Like there's no... I won't create I won't give, like, failure is not an option. That's like I feel like the immigrant child of me. I'm like, failure is not an option. So whatever's going to happen, I have to be happy with it and also be able to pay my rent. Great. And so that was that plan. And then I ended up, while I was still in school, I got PA jobs through a friend of a friend who was working at Jack's. They were doing like Broad City and Inside Amy Schumer and Sam B at the time. And then I think I just kind of got a reputation for like being very hardworking, and then I got a assisting job at this show called The Rundown with Robin Thede that was on BET for a season, and that's when I got my first writer's assistant job. And I just basically was like talking to every single writer's assistant I knew, and I was like, okay, like what's like the average timeline for being a writer's assistant to like getting an actual TV job? Like what does that look like, and what do I have to do that? And so then I was like, okay, I think I can give myself like 3 to 4 years of doing this before then I start to get like crazy and a little like I feel like that's, I don't know, when I was like meeting writer assistants where they were like, I've been doing this for like 8 years or something, I was like, oh, okay, like you're not happy doing this. So that some people are, but that's just like how I felt. So I was like, cool, I'll give myself like 3 or 4 because I kind of know myself, and I know that's when I'll start to get like restless. But also then I was doing stand-up. And
you were attacking it on like 5 different fronts.
Yeah,
which is, I mean,
but it was because I liked it. Like I think I do. Like I have met people also where they're like, oh, and so you were gunning for this and you're gunning for that. But it's like, I think at the base of it, I also just really like to learn. So I really was like, I become very obsessed about stuff, and so like I just loved who I was meeting doing stand up. I was seeing like alt comedy for the first time in New York, and that I could kind of take on a different voice on stage than maybe what might be my like first instinct. And then also like I started like writing like shouts and murmurs pieces with my friend because I was like, okay, my end goal is writing, not performing. That also is the thing. Like I really did not picture myself as a actor or performer.
It's interesting because I get the sense you still think of yourself first as a writer, even though.
And I think sometimes people are like, "Are you right in the head?"
Yeah.